so courageous. You're so courageous to just come into this space and trust me. So cute.
Ladies love Q. Queen.
Okay. Let's be honest, since we're talking about love.
Ooh.
How is it working with Mrs. Angela Harper?
I think the question is honestly, right? How honestly how
we're talking about love.
Yes. Come on.
Honestly.
Yes. Come on.
Like, you know how you see things and you know that there's a lot of work behind it, but you don't know what all it took. I saw what all it took. You know, being the husband, the co-founder, and being with her.
To see the onboarding of new U.M.A.T.M professionals who are licensed therapists that also are able to see clients. So I was definitely excited to see that happen this year.
Tell me one euphoric moment that you experienced within Voltage this year.
One euphoric moment that I experienced within Voltage this year. This always keeps me on a high. This always keeps me on a high, coming back and showing up. When my members continue to show up and they continue to have those aha moments and they tell the story each and every time and they talk about how hard it is, and we continue to talk about we can still do hard things. You know, when we continue to talk about stories and, you know, your day-to-day, and, you know, they give me their all, their transparency and their vulnerability. And I'm just like, so courageous. You're so courageous to just come into this space and trust me and trust what we are cultivating. And when you come back and you share with me your stories, and when you share with me, you know, Angela, I heard you in my ear, and, you know, I heard that voice of reason. You don't know what that meant for me. You know, that stopped me from doing something detrimental. You know, that stopped me from doing something that I knew I wasn't supposed to do, but I needed to think differently. And so our whole goal at Matters of the Mind Voltage is to change minds one session at a time. That's the goal. And so that's so euphoric for me, because that is the most valuable thing that we were created with. If you don't have that, nothing else will follow. Everything else is array, unbalanced, off kilter. So my members, you keep me on a high. I thank you.
We're recording. What's going on? Hey.
So cute.
Ladies love Queen.
Okay. Let's be honest, since we're talking about love.
Ooh.
How is it working with Mrs. Angela Harper?
I think the question is honestly, right? How honestly how
we're talking about love.
Yes. Come on.
Honestly.
Yes. Come on.
How is it working with Angela Harper?
I affectionately know Angie 3 different ways, right? There is Big Sis, there is Dr. Harper, and then there is Miranda. I affectionately call her Miranda. Y'all know Devil Wear Prada, right? You see where I'm going with this, right? So honestly, so Big Sis, that's how we talk off the record. Like, Big Sis is when we off the record. You know, I'm gonna try not to cry. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to not do it, but you know, she's somebody I can be vulnerable with. You know, I can tell her exactly what I feel in that moment. You know, I'll probably piggyback to the Big Sis because she really does all 3 of these things well. But the Big Sis is somebody where I can just let my head down and be like, hey, this is what I'm going through, like when we're doing our check-ins, right? Then you have the Dr. Harper. Dr. Harper is when she in her clinical therapeutic approach, right? And she measures what she's saying. And if you ask her a question, she'll repeat the question to you. And she makes sure she centering her thoughts. And then she'll go ahead and give you an answer that's measured, that's patient, that's thought out, that's deeply connecting to and gets right to what it is in the heart of the question that you ask. And that can be whether it's about business or whether it's about life or whatever. Like, she just makes sure she gives you a very well thought out answer. That's the Dr. Harper. Now, Miranda is the strickler. She is a strickler for the details. She is a strickler for getting it how she sees it, right? And she explains it to you.
Her husband knows about that.
See? She explains it to you, but sometimes you just really can't see it. And so you just gotta trust it, but you're gonna do it. Even if you don't trust it, you're gonna do it, right?
Oh, no.
But again, that's why I said I go back to the big sis, because in all of this, she still is the same person. And like, she may not appreciate your tone or your delivery in the way you brought it to her, but she still comes back and she explains it being measured, being thought out, being patient, and then making sure you understand, like, hey, this is vitally important. What I'm saying, how are we going to do this, is vitally important. So honestly, working with Angela Harper, it's a myriad of things, but if I had to put it in one word, it's excellence.
In working with Angela Harper and the Matters of the Mind Vaultage team, you understand the business development of incorporating solid systems. What have you learned working with Matters of the Mind Vaultage system structure?
Angie is a systems person. Like, she is a system person. She like put a system in place and watch the system work. And so but that's what the thing is. The thing about her is it's definitely is about systems within Voltage, and the systems help the ship run very smoothly, making sure that people know what they're supposed to do, making sure that they have the deadline, making sure they know what they're supposed to bring. All those systems make Voltage what it is. But Angie is a system person through and through. Like, one of our first meetings, she talked about essentialism, how to be essential in your life, to make sure you are doing the things that you can say hell yes to. And so she has taught me systems, just not in business, but in life. Like, now my life is all about implementing systems. My life worked better, all because of the structure I've learned being connected to Matters of the Mind, whether being connected to the CEO or being connected to the process and the function of the business itself. So the systems, man, they have changed my life. I live my life by systems. Like, I talk in systems now. Like, I mean, from calendars, putting things on my calendar to alarms to. She laughing because I'm just learning how to use my calendar and really put the system on there. But one thing she said, she's like, the calendar is so it eliminates so you don't have to remember, right? So the solid business systems, they prepared me for my business, but also just for my life, dealing with my family, my kid. Like, these systems have really like just changed my life. So hopefully I answered that question. So yeah. Also, you asked how old I am. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I can turn this off.
Turn it on. Let's go.
All right. You've been friends with Angela Harper for years.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you've seen this year that you've always seen in Angie over the years?
So, yes, I've been friends with Angie for, I can't remember how long, sisters, but I can't remember how long. That's how far we are rooted together. One of the things that I have seen in her, definitely coming out specifically in Matters of the Mind Vaultage, is an attribute that I definitely share with her father, who's my bishop, Bishop Michael Chapman. And years ago, I said that he is like a syringe, right? And what they do is plug into you. And what they pull out is value. They pull out purpose. They pull out reason. They pull out the fact that what you need to do is face yourself and be the best version of you as possible. And so that's what I see in Angie, as a leader, as a sister, and as a friend. We walk together differently in this journey. It's different when you are helping someone in business. That's your friend and your sister. That's a different type of relationship. And so I've been really appreciative of the things that she has pulled out in me. And so that's definitely one of the things that I've seen her with this business.
What's one growth you can definitely say you've seen this year, and that is of the Mind Vaultage?
Definitely expansion, and seeing things come together. One of the questions before, I'm going to lean on one of my answers before, is that when you birth a business, you see so many aspects of it, and it takes time to just get the business to stand on two legs. But I've seen the business stand on two legs and then grow, so that Angie can go and attend to other matters to grow the business. One of the other things that was exciting to me was also to see the onboarding of new M.O.T.M professionals who are licensed therapists that also are able to see clients. So I was definitely excited to see that happen this year. That's something that we talked about for a long time. And now to see the manifestation is great. Over the year, what growth have you seen in your wife, Angela Harper?
Oh, wow. I think I'm going to take a note off of Q's book. These systems that she's been putting in place, I've seen, we started out trying to figure it out, trying to understand what we need. And when it got to a point where I was so busy, she had to kind of figure some things out by herself and then create a team. So what I've seen her do this year is put systems in place where they kind of operate without her. Like she said before, without that control, being able to trust the process, trust her team, and put systems in place. That's a major, huge growth. And just collaborating with people from other countries. I mean, it's been amazing to be able to, for her to be able to work with people from other countries and bring this project together, and see it just flourish, and then see the ups and downs, the bumps and the bruises, and her to keep just pushing forward. And the end product is great. How you see things and that there's a lot of work behind it, but you don't know what all it took. I saw what all it took, being the husband, the co-founder, and being with her. I saw the steps that she put in place, the late nights, the push through, the headaches, and the collaboration of the team coming together. But that's the major growth that I've seen this year.
With the myriad of things, right, that you've experienced in your interactions with Angela and also our business partners and our team, how do you feel that you've personally grown this year because of Matters of the Mind Vaultage?
Personally, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm a man now. I really feel like that I've ventured on my own to start in this entrepreneurial world. And so I call Angie one of my mentors. And I don't want to speak for her, so I don't know if she intentionally mentored or she was just me and Angie, but her business acumen has mentored me, and it has grown me and prepared me to hit the ground running as a business owner. It's a lot to learn, and why I've known this has helped me grow, because she's allowed me in on her growth. She's allowed me a front row seat to watching her grow, to stumble, to fall, to get back up, to stick with it. And so it has grown me, not just telling me what I should do, but it's grown me by showing me what I should do in my own personal life and even in my own business life.